Imagine losing $20,000 because a tenant not only refused to pay rent, but trashed your home and then fled the country like nothing happened. Most people would give up, but not me. Instead, I bought her name on the internet, built a website, and made sure the entire world knew the truth about who she really is. And trust me, the fallout was brutal. If you've ever dreamed of giving a liar, a cheater, or a scammer exactly what they deserve, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready, because this might be the most satisfying revenge story you hear all week. I wasn't just a landlord looking to make some easy money. I had moved out of my Manhattan apartment, the one I'd worked years to afford, so I could live full-time with my 87-year-old mother. She was frail, and I wanted to be there for her in her final years. The plan was simple: rent out my apartment, use that income to support both of us, and give her the dignity she deserved. I thought I'd found the perfect tenant, a middle-aged woman from Queensland, Australia. She said she lived in her own home for 30 years. No landlord references, but she had glowing letters of recommendation, a stable job, and on paper, she was perfect. She smiled, looked me in the eye, and promised to treat my home as if it were her own. I believed her. That was my first mistake. 7 months into a 1-year lease, the payment stopped. At first, I thought, okay, maybe she's at a temporary snag. I sent messages. I called. Nothing. Just silence. Days turned into weeks. The pit in my stomach grew heavier. Finally, I had to drag her to housing court. The verdict? Eviction. But when the marshal finally came to clear her out, what I found inside shook me. My microwave? Broken. Sofas? Stained beyond repair. Kitchen? A disgusting mess. The place smelled like it hadn't been cleaned in months. She didn't just stop paying, she destroyed my home. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, she ghosted completely. She skipped her court dates, vanished into thin air, and fled back to Australia. She left me holding $20,000 in unpaid rent and damages. I felt powerless, betrayed. It wasn't just about the money. It was about the utter disregard for the sacrifice I had made to take care of my mother. Most landlords would have stopped there. After all, what could I do? She was in another country. Hiring lawyers across borders would cost more than I'd already lost. But here's the thing. She made a mistake. She had a very unique name, and I realized I could use that. I went online and purchased a domain name. For example, if her name had been Jane Smith, I bought johnnesmith.com. Then I got to work. I built an entire website dedicated to her betrayal. I wasn't sloppy, I was careful. Everything on that site was 100% factual. Her photo, official copies of the judgment she owed me, $16,000 in unpaid rent, and over $7,000 in damages. Photos of the filthy apartment, the stained furniture, the broken microwave, even the marshal's eviction notice posted on her door. I didn't embellish. I didn't slander. I just told the truth. But I made sure the truth was impossible to miss. And then I focused on SEO, search engine optimization. Within months, when you Googled her name, guess what came up first? My website. Then the magic happened. First, I noticed traffic. The analytics showed her employer had visited the site. Imagine your boss discovering the dirty little secret you thought you left behind. Then I got emails. Strangers from professional conferences, colleagues of hers, people who had run into her, all telling me they'd found her name online and were shocked. But I didn't stop there. Remember those glowing letters of reference she gave me when she applied for my apartment? I reached out to those people, sent them the link, and told them exactly how she had betrayed my trust. I wasn't just unmasking her. I was making sure she could never pull the same scam again. It's been almost 3 years now. The site is still live. It still gets visitors. And it's still the first thing that shows up when you search her name. Yes, it cost me a little money to keep the site running, but it's nothing compared to the satisfaction. Because here's the real kicker. She thought she got away with $20,000. But in reality, every job she applies for, every apartment she tries to rent, even every date she goes on, anyone who Googles her name sees the truth. She didn't just lose her reputation. She lost her mask. And that is worth far more than the money she stole from me. She cost me $20,000. But now, she's paying every single day. Her arrogance, her callousness, her complete disregard for the damage she caused. It's all immortalized online. She thought she could vanish. But I made sure her past follows her everywhere. And the best part? I didn't have to lift a finger after the site went live. Her own name is the weapon. Sometimes revenge isn't about money. It's about truth. And the truth, when exposed, is the most powerful form of justice there is. She thought she had silenced me. But in reality, her own name tells the story every single day. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories of sweet, sweet justice. And let me know in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or imagined? Because who knows, your story might just be the next one we bring to life.